Welcome back to a new Waterwave TV interview. By the title, you can tell who we got in the building today. We got Bucks Productions,
Yes,
the
sir.
one and only. But you know the drill. We got to run the intro like always.
And while you at it peeping this shit, go ahead to youtube.com/Waterway TV and subscribe to that shit. Yeah, you know the waves in it. Baseball, we're hitting a home run, hit it with the coldest rains. And even on my bad days, I'm a clutch to finish. The track diminished, the booth burnt, hands is itching. Damn.
And we're back with the one and only Ant.
Yes, sir.
How you feeling today?
Chilling, man.
Rocking the scams and grams?
Had to rock my homie shit, you know. Got some designer buffet on from my auntie Brandy. So come outside some local shit today. Support.
Facts. But yeah, how are you doing today? What's today? Today's Monday. How was your weekend?
Smooth. I did some behind the scenes. We had the Croc party Friday. Prince and Mac held the Croc party Friday. That shit was crazy.
I think I seen that flyer like the night of the show.
Yeah, by the time, I don't know when this will drop by the time this is out, the recap for that event will be out. Because I shot the recap for that event. They got the whole city coming out in Crocs, which is
I was about to ask.
crazy.
Was it
Yeah,
like,
it's
that was like the dress code?
Yeah, like you come in. I mean, like they'll let you walk in without your Crocs.
Yeah.
Of course, if you don't got none.
But that
like,
was encouraged.
I know the first one they threw, it was like, yeah, it's mandatory. You have to come with the Crocs. And everyone came with the Crocs. People who's coming with Crocs I ain't never seen.
Yeah.
Before. Like,
There's a lot of crazy Crocs out there.
Crazy Crocs out there.
We started doing reselling Crocs in our store because it became so popular.
Bro,
like the Lightning McQueen
facts.
Crocs. We got just a bunch of weird collabs. They just dropped 7-Eleven Crocs last night.
Bro,
too.
I just seen a collab with
Cinnamon Toast
what's
Crunch,
that?
Fruit Loops.
Yeah, that one, and then there was like that country artist dude. He like sponsored by Crocs. He from here. I forgot what his name is. It's like a country artist from here, bro, and he has a collab with Crocs.
Post
I'm like,
Malone's got one too.
see, that's crazy.
And the Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Fruit Loop ones, they actually smell like the cereal. When you open, like
that's freaky.
someone brought them in, and it actually smells like the cereal. And he said, I have a pair I've been wearing for like a couple months, and it still smells like the cereal. Like it's like in the rubber.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's wild. I might have to cop.
Yeah,
Just
but they were really expensive when they first came out. Like all the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Lightning McQueen ones were going for like $200-300, but they keep restocking them now because they know the demand was high, and so they're pretty. Now you can get them for like $20-30 over retail, so it's not too bad.
Need to start bringing them type of Crocs to the Croc parties. Yeah, we need to start seeing. Some
That's what I was saying. Maybe you guys should have a contest for the most creative Crocs, because you know how you can change and put the little giblets in them and shit.
No cap.
I might have
put
to
that in that ear, man. Yeah. See what
best
Crocs out
best
there.
pair of Crocs win $100 or something.
For real, yeah, that'd be lit.
I'll sponsor it.
No cap. We need that.
Best pair of Crocs. Get a gift card to the stove so you can come buy another pair of Crocs.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that in their ear. They
All
gonna
right,
fuck with that.
We could do that.
Shit.
But yeah, I'm curious. Are you from Minnesota? Like born and raised?
I
or?
was born in Chicago, but I moved to Minnesota at a really young age. So I was raised like North Minneapolis.
Okay.
I lived like over south, like in Edina for a little bit, but then I moved more to North Minneapolis, and then that's kind of like where I be like saying raised, like that's kind of where I became a man at. Like that's where I grew up. I had majority of my friends over north, so right off of Broadway, and then I went to North for a little bit, and then went to PYC for a while. So yeah, majority of my friends and the people I know all grew up over north. So yeah, I pretty much say I'm from over north.
When you were like going through high school and shit, did you start the camera back then, or?
I started when I was in high school, I started shooting music videos, and then so I met a lot of the people that I work with now. I met in high school. A lot of people that I'm in tune with right now I met in high school, like Huncho and Mac and Prince and a lot of people I met in high school. And then when I was in high school, I started shooting music videos, and that's when I met Plaza, Riff, and De Niro. And it was during their free Wi-Fi time, and then that's when I dropped out of high school, because they was like, they gave me kind of this opportunity, like, yo, we need a photographer or videographer to come with us. We got like a press run. They went to like LA, New York, and then they went to Texas, I think. And then they needed a photographer, videographer for that. So they were like, yo, you're young, you're ambitious, you be at all our shows doing our shit for free anyway, so how about you come with us on this little whoop? And I was like, school or travel? And yeah.
So what grade were you in at that time?
I was a sophomore,
Okay.
junior.
So like just old enough to be able to make the decision
Make
if you
the
want
decision
to
myself.
drop
like,
out.
If it was a year earlier, my mom would have been like, nigga, are you crazy? Like, that's not it.
Did you end up finishing high school?
No, I got to go back and get my GED still.
Okay.
But it's something that I do want to do in the future.
Yeah.
I definitely want to go get my GED for sure. Just to say I did it so I can like get, because I got a son, and I don't want to be that dad that be like, have no education but be telling his son he has to get an education. I feel like that's backwards as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Because it is like, yeah, this is like a weird time that we're like growing up in, that there's so many ways to monetize yourself and have a good career without necessarily needing school, which I'd say without needing college. But yeah, it's like high school, like, 99% of people that don't graduate from high school usually end up doing something. Maybe not 90. Let's say 50% of people that don't graduate high school, don't really do something ambitious or successful. They're usually just getting in trouble or finding cheap ways to make money or whatever it may be. But you kind of like, so you started doing the camera work in high school. When did you realize this could be a full-time thing?
When
that was
Plaza
like,
and them like took me out, I was like the first. I'd never been anywhere outside of like Minnesota or Chicago, and they asked me to come, and I was like, I'm literally traveling right now because I know how to work a camera. Like, I didn't pay for anything, like, and it was when they were signed too, so I was getting treated really, really good. Like, they were looking out for me, making sure that I was eating like little shit that as 16, 17-year-old, you're looking at like, damn, this is really happening. Like, this is crazy. So at that moment, I knew, like, yeah, bro, you could live off of this. Like, you don't have to go back to school. That's what made the decision so easy to make. And then I got to give my flowers to my mom, because I feel like we was in a time where making that decision, like seeing your kid trying to chase a dream and then being like, I'm gonna drop out to chase this dream, I don't feel like it was common at that time. Like, it was something that parents would see and be like, are you crazy? Like, nah, go finish school at least. Like, and her only thing she ever asked me to do was finish high school, and I didn't do that, but she still rocked with me and she still believed in my dream to.
What year were you supposed to graduate?
2020, like
high school,
like 2 years ago. Like, I was supposed to graduate like yeah, I think I was supposed to graduate like 2
so you're still pretty young.
Yeah, I'm 23. I just turned 23.
Okay.
So yeah, I was supposed to graduate in like 2021.
Oh yeah, because I guess free Wi-Fi was like 5 years ago? That was like 5 years ago.
Bro, that's crazy to say.
Yeah,
that was
so like
crazy to say.
Because when we first moved to Minneapolis to start Waterwave, it was like 4 years ago, and people were telling me.
Because you guys started out back in like.
We met in River Falls.
Yep,
we were all from Minnesota, from different cities. I'm from Mankato. Someone's from. All of our guys are all around from St. Paul to like from the Blaine area, Edina and White Bear Lake.
Yep.
Fridley area. From everyone that was like always like involved in the beginning. But we all met in River Falls, Wisconsin, playing football, or just some of them went to school out there.
Yeah.
And then we eventually dropped out, went to Minneapolis. But that was like the year after, I think, free Wi-Fi was like falling apart or breaking up or whatever you want to call it.
Crazy.
Yeah. But so, all right. So that was more recent. For some reason, I was thinking that was like 8 years ago.
It feels like
you were coming
in. Yeah.
It feels like it was a long time ago.
It feels like it was a minute ago.
What was like your next step when you got back from tour to back up your dropping out of high school? Like,
realistic. So like, I had my ambition, like, and motivation was high. Like, it was through the roof. So like, shooting videos, like, I feel like I started off shooting like $50, $60 music videos. And then even when I got back, like, my price didn't jump crazy. Like, I was still shooting videos for like $120 and stuff like that. So I was just consistently just shooting like over and over again, just to kind of, and like uploading on YouTube, and then just to kind of bring it back to my mom, or like bring it back to people, like, look, I'm doing something, or look, I would get booked to go to keep traveling and stuff, and my mom would see it and she'd be like, okay, it's doing something, he's moving in the right direction. It's not just like blank, he's just out here with a camera and not seeing anything from it. So she would see the little things, and then I was able to free Wi-Fi, actually. So the story with the free Wi-Fi thing was like, I was doing the whole thing for free, because I was doing it for the experience, man. Yeah. Like, they asked me to do it, I was like, I don't give a fuck about getting paid. Rostrum, A&R, I don't know if it was A&R, I forgot what his name. His name was Ryan. It was a dude that worked for Rostrum. He pulled me to the side and he was like, yo, you're out here. I've noticed that you're like out here. Are you getting paid? And I was like, no, I don't really care about getting paid, to be honest with you. Like, I was trying to sound like that humble kid that's like, bro, I don't care about money. I'm out here for like to work for the experience. And he's like, yeah, that's cool and everything, and I know these are your homies, but you should be getting paid. Like, you have to get paid. And I was like, yeah, I don't know how to go about that. He was like, okay, I'm about to teach you how to go about that. You need to pull your phone out. You need to download this app. You need to write an invoice. You need to send that invoice to either me or Benji. Benji was like the owner of the record label. And he's like, you need to send that to one of us. And then when we get the invoice, we're going to send a check to your house, because you don't have a bank account. I was like young, bro. I didn't have a bank account. I didn't have like nothing set up. And he's just like, yeah, bro, we're going to find a way to get you paid. A month later, a check came in the mail for $1,000. That was like the first big amount of money. Like, $1,000 is not really shit, but that was like the first big amount of money I seen. And then we would kind of had like a weird living situation at my mom's house. So I was able to toss my mom a couple dollars and go buy some clothes and stuff, and it just felt good to be able to do something for like my inner family off of it. I feel like that's what my mom kind of noticed too, like, yeah, okay, he can do this. This is this is possible type deal. So, and then slowly but surely, like my mom started becoming an entrepreneur, which made me super proud because I feel like I kind of like initiated that, showing my family that you can do something other than, you know, having like a typical job or working for somebody. And she started grant writing, and now she's a very well-known grant writer in the city, which makes me super happy. So so definitely a nice little journey, man. And it took a couple of rough bumps to get to that point, but I'm happy I took the chances that I took because I've been able to motivate a lot of people around me, and I get motivated by the like people from in the city. Like there's hella people doing hella shit, even from my boy right here, Bag Legends Marley. He be doing his shit on the business side. Makes me want to just have my business, like the business side of everything, put together, because I watch him move around and I see how efficient he is with just being a businessman and how he carries himself. And I take little tips from that, and then you got like you know, the motivation I get from friends and family and stuff like that, all that plays a role, and I just be trying to reciprocate that and make sure I get that back into the people that I love. You know, people that love me, show me love and support, I try to reciprocate that to the next, you know. So I try to be as humble and as giving as possible, especially with, you know, I feel like I have a pretty decent talent, and I'm lucky to be able to get paid to do little to nothing. I mean, when you really think about it, I'm just anybody can hold a camera, and anybody can snap a picture, and I'm just grateful that people actually like my shit to the point where it's like, hey, I can feed my family, like I can, you know, bring money back home and shit. So
but it's really like, you definitely have like that's a great story for anyone that's like asking for too much and not putting in the work, because it's like you got to put in the work for either your family to believe it, or for the money to start coming in. Like when we first started, it was a lot of going to concerts, shooting for free, and then before you know it, people want to pay you to do their shit because either they like the way you do it specifically, or they want you to post about them on what you got built up.
And to touch on that right there, like I personally feel like it was never, like I do think I'm good at what I do, but I personally feel like it was never a talent thing that was getting me into the rooms that I was in. It was like people would see me, and people would see me over and over and over again. Like there's a lot of people you can ask, and they'll tell you the story of like, I just kept seeing him. Like, he just kept popping up, and then eventually I was just like, let's do some work. And then when we did some work, the shit came out fire. So we kept doing work with him, and I feel like that's why my name still surfaces through the city as it does, is because like I just keep working. I'm just always there. Like I never feel like I know too much. I'll still go to a free show. I'll still do a show for free, like for my friends, for a bigger artist. Like there's never a point where I feel like I've done enough. I always feel like there's more to be done. So I feel like that's what keeps me going. Sometimes I get down on myself because of everything that I have done, and you look back and you think of all the stuff you have done, and it's like, dang, do I have anything to show for it? But it's not that you don't have nothing to show for it. It's just that there's more to be done. You still have a lot more steps that you got to take before you get to that goal that you're looking for. You can't never get too comfortable. And that's what I'm trying to really teach myself. I'm glad I got homies like being around Prince, and I'm not going to lie, sidebar, being around Prince and Mac and them really helps that point of it, because it's like they're at a point you would think that they're good, like outside looking in, or just even being around. Another one was being around Prof, because that's one that everybody will be able to kind of reflect more with, was like when I'm around Prof or Prince or Mac, and you can see in my head, it's like, dang, bro, you have a lot. Like you have a fan base, you have this, like you're touring. Prince and them, they're touring now. They have people listening to their music. I can be out with Prince and Mac, and people will stop them like, we love y'all music, we love y'all, like we up the bam. It's like they have this fame, and they're not content, like they're not ready to stop. This isn't enough. Like they're looking for more. Like when I talk to Prince wants to be a legend. Like he doesn't just want to be the next rapper to blow up out of Minnesota, but he wants to change the world with his music. Same for Mac. Like Mac wants to be a legend. They want to stamp themselves, and being around people like that, I feel like really motivates me to not want more, to not stop, like to not get too comfortable. Because at first, like coming into it, I didn't really like want to be famous. Like I just kind of wanted to be financially stable and, you know, the whole nine. But now it's like being around them makes me not want to be famous, but leave a mark. Like when I leave, I want people to know me and know I did something positive, whether it's the energy that I give off or it's the work, whichever one. I don't care. When I leave, I want people to be like, Ant Bucks was, and I want a good adjective to come behind it, you know? So they give me that motivation to do that because, I mean, when I think of them, I think positive. Like, when I think of their work, I think positive. So I definitely want to leave that mark like how they're leaving that mark. They're doing their shit with that.
You gotta aim a lot higher than everyone around you. That was one big thing I like to push, or I usually don't speak on it too much because if I speak on it too much, it may sound corny or whatever. But like people are always trying to like have a competition who's like the best artist in Minnesota or let's just say any state it could be. I'm sure it happens in other states too, but it's like people are worried about that when it's like if you're worried about that, you're never gonna become the best in Minnesota because the ones that would be claimed the best are the ones that get out and become the best in the world. Like. So it's really just like aiming higher and like being surrounded by a crew of people like the Royal Family Music Group is helps a lot. Like having a family over here at Waterwave to like you know, like if I don't feel like working hard today but everyone else is working hard, I can't be the only one not working hard. So you have to you feed off each other. How did you meet? You said you met them in high school. How long has Royal Family Music Group been around and like how long have you been working with them, I guess?
Okay, so Royal Family, I don't want to like fucking get this wrong, but they've been around for a long ass time.
Like even before Mac and Prince.
Yeah. They weren't. Mac and Prince, I don't even think were the first. If I'm telling this story correct, Dame Jones was one of the first members of Royal Family. Hot Cheetos. When Hot Cheetos and Takis came out, and I think that's when Royal Family started. I might be getting that wrong. No, I might be getting that wrong.
But it's been around for a while.
Yeah, but it's been around for a long time. JT's been like the head of that circle. I don't know if you know JT.
I'm not too. I feel like I've seen them that like the Royal Family Music Group at so many events online a bunch, but I haven't talked to too many of them.
Yeah.
It seems a lot. I mean, that's like it's like I was talking about that with Jackson earlier. It's like that whole crew, like they're like that type of crew to put their head down and work and let the flowers come in based off of the work, not off of like let me talk to every single person as much as I can to make them like me. They're like, no, we're just gonna do what we do, and you're gonna see it. But I haven't been able to have too many personal conversations with them, but I know when we want to get him on the podcast, it'll be more.
JT's like a Minnesota legend, bro. He has his hands in so much of everything, not just the Royal Family thing. He has his hands in a lot when it comes to Minnesota. But I know that he was kind of like him and I think Rouse, the producer, was like the start of that Royal Family group, and they started it by like having a bunch of kids at the YMCA, you know, just working and making music at the YMCA, just kind of like a youth program pretty much. And that kind of formed into all of these. I mean, now everybody that was Royal Family like makes amazing music. Like I used to go to the Y every here and now and then when I was a kid. I was kind of like a indoor introvert kid, so I wasn't at the Y all the time, but when I did go, you would see Mac upstairs recording kids, and this is when we're young, like we're 17, 18. Mac's a little bit older than me, so I'm like 16, and I'm like seeing him there. And then with Mac, I met Mac through his cousin. So I used to go to his cousin's house and play 2K, and Mac's a little bit older than us, so he used to just come over there and bust our ass, and he'll rap while he busting our ass, showing us shit he done writ while he busting our ass in 2K. Prince, I met Prince in school. I don't even think Prince remembered like the first, like we used to go to the park and shit, but I don't even think Prince remembered this. But I used to try to rap. And when I found out Prince rapped, I came up to Prince in class one day and rapped him one of my raps. So that's how I know, like, locked in with Prince. That's how I know Prince. And then eventually when I started touring with Mac again, me and him got reunited. And then Huncho, I went to school with Huncho, and me and Huncho, I'll probably say out of everybody, me and Huncho had a closer relationship because I was later in high school. Like it was like around the time when I was dropping out, and then I shot Prince and Huncho's first music video with Close My Eyes, and it was a long ass time ago. The video was, but yeah, that was when me and them got kind of like really locked in, was when I shot that first music video. And then I kept shooting shit for him, like little photos here and now and there. And then we kind of, when I dropped off, that's kind of when we branched off, because I did the shit with free Wi-Fi, and then I was like not in the area a lot. So, and then we reunited when Mac and them went on tour. Mac see me go on tour with Jay Plaza the first time. I went on tour with Jay Plaza, Andrew Thomas, and Prof. And then Mac seen it because he got booked for him and Tay Supreme got booked for the next one. And then Mac hit me to come to that one, and then I went on the next one, and then Prof hit me for the next one, and then I started working for Stop House. Yeah, bro.
So you've been the tour guy for a minute.
It's been, well, I mean, like this, it all started this year, which is crazy. January was my first tour, and this one, I don't know if I'm gonna be going on this one next because financial reasons. Like I'm just going through a lot right now, so I can't really afford to leave. But this next one, if I go, I think it'll be my 5th one this year. So we've been working, bro. Especially those guys. I mean, all I'm doing is taking the photos. Them niggas is performing 10, 15 shows back to back to back to back. Just seeing them do that shit is crazy, bro. Yeah. It's inspirational for real.
It's like it's definitely like a goal. What you do it for, like there's always like some trade-offs where it's like I might not make as much money, but I'm gonna have a lot of fun doing it.
And that's kind of how tour has been for me. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm amazing, like that I'm getting paid amazingly, like while we're on tour, but the experiences trump the money. Like I could be getting paid. I don't give a fuck.
It's because like how you were saying before, like someone else could be doing what I'm doing, but it's like they chose me, so it's like I can take this money that they're gonna offer to someone else if I don't take it anyways, plus the experience, or just
and then it's like, I mean, the feeling you get, think about it, like you grew up with like you went to school with them, like who would have thought we're sitting in class bullshitting and shit, who would have thought I would be seeing you, we're like driving through fucking New Mexico together, and I got my camera and you're about to go on a stage with 600 people in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and we're about to get drunk afterwards and have fun. Like who would have thought we'll be here right now? So I definitely be looking at those like those are way more important than the money. It's way more important than the money. I do that for free 1,000 times. I won't lie, no cap. I can drink these?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I've never tried one of these.
Shout out to Northern Chill. It's our sponsor.
Shout out to them boys.
My favorite water, man. We be drinking this shit every day. 7.8 pH level. It's got calcium, magnesium, chloride, sodium, potassium in it.
I was about to let you finish your ingredients. My bad. But I had to say something because Prof, Prince, Wonka, everybody who be talking shit about me not drinking water. I'm going to finish this bottle before the podcast is over.
Go.
For y'all. That's for
12 fluid ounce bottle.
12 ounces of water for y'all. For y'all.
But, there's only one ingredient in here, and that is alkaline mineral spring water from Polar, Wisconsin. Super healthy water. It's not added with nothing, not no sink water. This
tastes good, too.
This shit natural, off the waterfall, through the filters into the bottle.
It tastes good, too.
Probably a couple other steps in there, too. But
that first sip was for Mac, because he be on my ass the most, but... Nah, Prince. I gotta do that for Prince.
If y'all out there want to try Northern Chill, go to northernchill.com and use code WWTV20 for 20% off your Northern Chill order. As long as you can't order a pallet with our discount, but you can get a case of it. So, or come in the shop. We got them for $2 if you want to try one. But back to tour. So I'm trying to go on a timeline here. I don't want to ask you what your favorite tour memory is off rip. I kind of want to hear it.
Because I got one in the bag. Yeah, right? I got one.
All right, let's go with your favorite tour memory and your best day on tour and the worst day on tour.
All right, so we start with the best one.
Sure.
Kansas City, the last day of the first tour with Mac. So my second tour, the last date. They threw me. I stage dove. I jumped off the stage. That was like, I'm never gonna forget that moment ever. It started off like the day just started off so good. We knew it was the last day. It was a 30-day run. We was touring for a month, so everybody was tired. We done already got into our little brother arguments, and everybody that had their little attitudes. We at the end of the run and shit, and we're like, all right, bro, we ready to go home. We ramping it up, and then everybody's like, all right, this the last day. We finna just chill, get drunk. It was like mid-COVID too, so Prof wasn't too. The first tour I didn't really get to chop it up with Prof like that, and then the second tour it was still kind of mid-COVID, so we really didn't get to chop it up with Prof. But that time he was like, damn, I'm banging on the table. That time he was like, we're gonna get drunk the last show and we gonna actually kick it and shit. So we got drunk with Prof the last show. We kicked it. Me and Mac was drunk as hell during Prof's set, like shouting out his lyrics, bro, just having a good ass time. And then the last song came on, and it was like, yeah, we're gonna have y'all come on stage for the last song. And then we get on stage. What song I play? I gotta remember what song he played. I Can't Be Fucking Stopped. I can't remember what the name of that song is, but he had the whole crowd just shouting, I can't be fucking stopped. And then I stage drove, and like it was like, I don't know how to explain it, bro. Like it was like I sunk, and I thought it was over. Like I thought I failed, but then I just wrote like,
they got you
Jesus, like I just rose up, bro. Like it was on top, but that was like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That was the craziest moment of my life, bro. That shit was crazy. They had me put the camera down and jump into the crowd. I sunk down, came back up, got to the little edge. I almost fell, bro. I was drunk. Like, yeah, I'm gonna remember that for the rest of my life. The hardest tour date, It's a couple of them, bro. It's a couple of them. If one of them, if I say, y'all gonna find something out that I don't know if I, bro. All right, yeah, I can tell that. All right, so where were we at, bro? I'm finna say I crashed, cause I crashed. Okay, so I can't remember where the fuck we were at, bro. I think Jacksonville or no, not Jacksonville. I'm tweaking. Who cares? We were somewhere, and Tay and JTC let me take the rental to go get some food, and we took the rental. And listen, I'm gonna tell my side of the story because it was not my fault. I'm gonna tell my side of the story though. So the white man, it was this white dude driving, bro. Sorry that I had to throw the. It was a dude driving, and we was in the left lane. We're in the left lane, and the lanes wherever we were at, I can't remember where we were at, but the lanes are like wide as hell. Like they have some wide ass driving lanes. Like you can fit 2 cars in one lane. So we're in the left lane, the far left lane, about to take a left turn. This dude behind us get mad at us because I'm driving cautious because I don't know where I'm at. I'm in somebody else's city, somebody else's state. So when I'm in somebody else's city, somebody else's state, I drive like an old man. Like I drive very cautiously. So I'm driving slow. I'm finna bust the left. This man came around me, but like on the sidewalk part, not the other way, like the safe way around me. Mm-hmm. He goes the dangerous way around me, and I turn into him and T-bone him. Now he do the exaggeration. He pull up onto the sidewalk. He crashed. Almost hit the pole, and now he's up on the sidewalk, and I just crashed the rental. So, yeah, that was the no workload was more irritating than that moment. Like the workload was nothing, but that moment I was pissed off, bro. Damn. Because I'm still paying this rental off to this day, bro. Like it's so it's irritating.
Is that the first time you ever crashed a car?
No.
Oh.
No, that's not the first time I've crashed a rental. That's the sad part.
Oh,
it's all
damn.
rentals. It's never my car or a car.
I'm
it's
always scared driving other people's cars and rentals and stuff.
I'm done.
You're not used to it and in a different state.
I'm not driving rentals no more. I'm cool on driving rentals. Yeah, especially if it's not under my name. I'm not driving a rental. I only can drive my car because that fucked me. Yeah.
At least now you know.
Facts.
Damn, that would suck. What was the car? Was it like a nice one at least? You at least had to
2022 Chrysler truck or some shit, bro. Like they had a nice ass rental, and that's why I felt, bro. That's why, I was salty. I was very, very salty. And it wasn't even bad, but I knew that the rental place was gonna be like, you know how rental places are. Like they don't give a fuck if it's a scratch or a dent, bro. A scratch can come out to like $700. So I seen a scratch and a dent. I'm like, oh yeah. They're gonna try to. Mm-hmm. They're gonna try to
make you buy a whole new car.
Facts, exactly. So I'm still paying that off right now. But that's probably like the worst thing that happened on tour, bro.
Yeah,
like that shit.
I hope that never happens to me.
Never. I pray it never happens.
I've never been on
anyone.
tour, but I'm hoping we did like
it's a couple things I never wish on nobody, and that is jail and crashing a rental on tour. Death, jail, and crashing a rental, bro, because that's tough.
Yeah, we've never been on a tour, but besides, like, we went, like, homecoming party hopping when we first started Waterwave and just, like, vlogged and shit
to
try to spread our name. Like, because those are really, especially if you're a cameraman, you just pull up and taking photos and videos of people, they're all going to be like, oh, you know, here's my gram if you want the photos tomorrow, whatever. You get 200, 300 followers, subscribers in that day because they're all just on their phone like, yeah, anyways.
Facts, okay.
But yeah.
I need to be at one of those.
I'm hoping one day we get the call from one of the higher ups and it's like, you guys want to go on tour with us?
Why
or whatever.
Not?
I'm hoping.
God.
I don't know. I feel like we're credible enough as a brand. We don't have any tour experience yet, but whoever wants to take that first shot,
I believe somebody's gonna take that.
You got to go on your first tour at some point. How many PROF songs did you know by the end of all these tours?
All right, so which right now? Because I can know damn near the whole album.
That's what I'm saying. Because when I go to someone's concert, I go to one concert and all the songs are stuck in my head.
Yeah,
like,
I know
for the next couple days.
So. P's whole set list now, but like at the beginning, so the first time I went on tour, there was it was like 2 songs that really got me. That was Spellbound. I couldn't stop singing Spellbound, and then I couldn't stop singing Action. It was 2 songs I couldn't get out of my head. But then as we kept going on tour and I kept hearing each and every song, you kind of get the significance of each song. And that man is talented, bro. Yeah, he's a talented dude, bro, for real. Like, and it's not even yet like You know somebody's talented when it's not the genre of music you listen to on your daily basis, but then it finds its way into your playlist.
Hell yeah.
Like, I be in the house and I'll be playing Prof as if he's some, like I don't know him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I be playing him like he's like a super celebrity. Like, yeah, this shit is that.
Did you listen to Prof before going on tour with him?
No, I did not. I gotta keep it 100. I didn't listen to one song before I went on tour with him, and I was mainly going for Plaza. I barely knew Prof. I just knew Prof was a staple in the city. And then I remember one time back in the day when I was trying to get my flowers from free Wi-Fi, I shot a Prof show. It was back when it was MGK was headlining, and he was headlining for like a Snowda or something. I forgot what the event was for, but free Wi-Fi was on there, Prof was on there, and I went and I took pictures of Prof. And then I had a homeboy, like, it was a bunch of shit that happened that night, bro, but at the end of the day, they ended up showing us some love and then like retweeting one of our pictures and shit. And then I was like, yeah, that was dope as hell. And then fast forward now, like, I'm really like close with like Mike and all the people that work at Stop House, and I showed him that I was like working around like in the vicinity back in like 2017. He was just like, bro, that's fucking crazy. Like, you made your way, like you were around then and you're still around now type deal. So like, yeah, I can't say I was a Prof fan before I went on my first tour, but after the first one, I was in the trailer singing word for word.
That's
bro.
the beauty of a tour, right
facts.
there. That's the beauty of a tour.
And his performance is crazy, bro. Just to be able to watch his performance that many times, you never got tired of it.
Yeah.
Like, I can honestly say there wasn't a time where I was like, well, I'm just gonna go like chill and not watch the set. Like, I'm making my way back into that building, because when Spellbound goes on, I'm coming back inside. Like, I'll go out for a smoke break real quick after Mac and Tay and all of them, because I'll stay for their whole set to get the photos and everything. And then Prof has Cody. Cody's usually out there taking photos for them, so I don't have to be out there 24/7. But like when my songs come on, the ones that I like, I'm just out there. Spellbound, Action, bro, there's so many. Yeah. When my shit plays, I'll be out there.
And it's probably the same thing for like all the openers too, like Tay Supremes and the Plazas and all the Royal Family Music Group people that perform. They weren't as big of a fan of them when before tour, but by the end, now all these people have seen them. Now they're gonna get a lot of new fans.
I'm talking about starts off.
Someone was like, I think I interviewed Tay after one of his tours with Prof, and he said, maybe I don't know if it was on the podcast or not, but he said like some people came to like one stop and they also came to like a later stop, and like they were like, like they became a fan from the first stop, and then by the 10th stop that they showed up to, they knew all the words, the words to his songs.
Facts.
Did you see any of that? Like people that would go to multiple stops on one tour?
Even like Prof aside, like people will come up for Mac and Tay, like, yo, we're following for you guys, like we're here to see y'all, like we're coming to see y'all, and rap their lyrics word for word. Like they were building their own fan base as they were going through tour. So it was like people were traveling to come see them.
Yeah, and as a fan, it's cool to like be the let's say the 10-20% of the crowd that know the opener's music.
Facts.
And like
Facts.
Be like, oh yeah, I know more than y'all. Like,
and
I'm in the I'm tapped into the underground.
And still be able to be like, if you don't know like one thing that Tay and Mac would do a lot was like, hey, if y'all don't know who I am, my name is this. Scream if you've heard of me before, and you'll have that small percent. It's not a big scream, but you'll have that small percent of the crowd that'll be like, whoop, like that'll make some noise, and you'll feel that like, damn, I'm in fucking Albuquerque, New Mexico, or I'm in fucking Kansas, Missouri, and there's people out here who know my name and know who I am. Or like they'll come up to them with flyers and they'll be like, yo, I seen that you guys were opening, and I just listened to your music for 20 minutes straight before I came to the show, and just to see and hear the songs. And they'll be singing the songs in the crowd, and it's like, bro, you learned the lyrics in 20, so a couple minutes of just playing it in your car. That's nuts. Like,
that's how you know the music's good, though. You can catch on to it.
And I feel like that's another part of that is like that fan base that Prof has is just like they're so loyal and they're so down to do whatever Prof presents. So it's big props to him for taking the chance on all these Minnesota artists and giving them that light to come in and take his fan base, because he has a fan base that's like, if they like your music, they're going to listen to you, like, and they're gonna listen to you all the time. They're gonna keep up with you on social media, like they're gonna comment on all of your posts. They're gonna like he has that type of fan base, and he's given the opportunity to Minnesota to like, look, if I'm telling you to come on tour with me, that means come steal these people. Like, come get these fans, bro. Like, I have more than enough. I'm like, P's making a living off of his music. He's trying to spread that. I feel like he's trying to spread that love to everyone else and give everybody the opportunity. And Mac and Tay are taking full advantage of that. Like, those fans love seeing them.
I know it's something that's like, you wish there isn't too many people in Prof's position that could even do that for other artists. But the more and more that becomes a thing, like, I'd say like the next man up to do something like him is like a Nerdy. Like Nerdy sold out, you know, First Ave. Obviously that's his hometown. Thanks. But like someone like him, I'm curious to see who he's gonna bring. Obviously he has his whole crew. I forget exactly what their group is called, Fireplay, something like that. But they have like a crew of guys. So I'm sure if he does go on a tour, that'd probably be who would go with him.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, something like that. It's just like like Minneapolis Drew is a part of it, and like there's a bunch of people that are in it. But like, there's not too many people from Minnesota that can sell out these tours and actually bring people on and be like, hey, there's gonna be 1,000 people here that you could become their fans. But the more and more people that raise out of this, it's gonna be great to see like all the trickle off fan shit.
And then you'll start figuring out slowly but surely like who knows who and how long this person's known this person, and because you'll start seeing people just start taking people with them, like, and you'll be wondering why. And that's what these interviews are for. I feel like y'all got a solid spot in this game. It's like perfect time, and this is what Minnesota needs right now.
Yeah, we seen the potential years ago, so we ready for the rise of the Minnesota music scene. We gonna be at the front of it whenever it happens. We gonna be in the front lines. One thing I'm curious about, because I've never been on a tour, I've never really traveled multiple days back to back and worked really hard and whatnot. But how do you handle like basically like your mental health when you're on the road, or even just in general coming back home and having to get back into the real world? Like, you know, a lot of people say they may meditate for 10 minutes a day or whatever it may be, or anything like that. But like, what's your take on that and how you control that while you're busy?
The mental part is, that can get crazy. So like, being out, I feel like it's different for everybody, but for me, being out is the easy part. Being gone is the easy part. Like, when I'm out and we're gone, it does have a little effect on, like, you know, I do miss home or sleeping in your own bed and shit like that. But I mean, like, as the day goes on, you do and see certain things that kind of make you not really care about sleeping in your own bed. It's more so imagine going, I mean, it's just like having a 9 to 5. Like, imagine working a 9 to 5 for 2 years and then getting fired and not having a job. It's like, that's kind of how it feels. Like, I was just on schedule for a month straight. Wake up, sound check, go home, get dressed, shower, perform, or watch performances, take my shots, get back home, drop all my photos, put together, do a little bit of editing, try to put together a video, etc., and then go to sleep, wake up, do the same thing again for 30 days. And then you come home and it's like, all right, now create your own work. Like, now get out here and you just came off a tour, now show people what you can do after coming home from tour. And then it's like, what do you do? Do I go shoot a music video? Do I go do a photo shoot? Like, do I give? And then you like kind of get in my own head, like, okay, am I supposed to, like, if I do this photo shoot, will my photos get saturated? Should I not do too many photo shoots in the city? Like, should I keep that tour like feel to it so people can feel like you got to be doing something special to get like one of these photos? Or am I supposed to saturate the city and show love and just have everyone should have an Ant Bucks picture? How do I go about that? Like, and just being, tour kind of made me just want to work more, but really, how do I say it, choosy about what I put my effort into and what I put 110% into, because you want it to come back at the end of the day. And I've done a lot of work that has not come back, and I put all my effort into stuff that hasn't come back, and you don't want to just keep doing that. You'll burn yourself out, and that's a whole nother mental battle within itself, is getting burnt out. I feel like a lot of people get into a rhythm while they're here, and they overwork themselves while they're here, and they don't do enough traveling, and they don't do enough getting out and spreading their work. So then you feel like you did 110 things in Minnesota. Like, you feel like you've done everything there is to do in Minnesota, but like the timing probably wasn't right, or it wasn't your moment in Minnesota. But if you would have brought this to LA and you would have did this for that 2 months in LA, you would have probably seen so much more of it, and then brought that back to Minnesota and then did something in Minnesota, and it will all kind of form together, versus just trying to saturate Minnesota with everything you have and then being upset when you don't get a return from it, because that's what everyone else is doing. Like, everyone's dropping, everybody's putting shit out. So it's like, you can't get too much in your head about not putting shit out, but you can't be out here just giving your shit away. It's a hard ass balance. It's weird as hell. I'm still trying to figure it out myself. Just being an entrepreneur, it's hard as hell to balance yourself out and make sure your brain doesn't get fried, but still make sure you're putting out enough content to where you're doing something in the city. That's kind of why I try to. My advice to anybody would just be do multiple things. Don't just do your one. Like, I'm a photographer, videographer, but I also stream. I play the game. Like, I do other shit that like I can use to make content, so I can feel like if I'm not taking photos every day, but I upload some 2K content or some Madden content, like I feel like I did something that day, or I feel like I was motivated enough to get something done, and you know, I'll go take photos tomorrow. You know, but let's at least put this TikTok content out and get something out to where people can see that I'm doing something or having fun with something. And it could be anything, like whatever you have fun with. Don't limit yourself to make everything feel like work. Like you should definitely be having fun with a lot of the stuff you're doing. If it's not fun, you should probably. I'm not saying hard work isn't gonna always be fun, but like if you don't love what you're doing, if you're not looking at what you're doing in the moment, like, and being like, damn, I'm glad that this is what I'm doing for $1 and not that, then you should probably switch what you're doing. Because, I mean, when I see a fucking couple $100 and all I did was hold my camera for a couple hours and then I take it home and I'm sitting and I actually enjoy editing. So it's like when I get to sit and I have product that I can put into my computer and sit in front of it, I feel like I just got paid to do what I love. Like, I don't feel like I'm working. I feel like this was gonna happen anyway. I just got $500 to do it. You know, like that's a really good feeling. But you just gotta make sure you stay leveled out. Sorry, I'm talking too much.
You gotta let it all out. That's like the tough part. Even like for, I guess on our side of the story of like doing these podcasts. Like, our YouTube is monetized, but like none of these podcasts are getting millions of views yet. So it's like we shoot podcasts mainly just on Mondays. I do interviews on Mondays, but we shoot podcasts Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we do a live show every Sunday as well. So it's like we do this like, you know, as like a company, it's like a full-time thing, but we don't make shit off of it. So it's like, but I enjoy doing it. Like, this is like my favorite time of the week is when I wake up on a Monday and I know I don't need to go into the store. And I don't, you know, I'm on my own schedule. I'm like, I'm gonna do a podcast at 3, one at 5, and like that's my day. So it's like, but you do these times, you're putting the work in right now in these times where you're not making the money, but you're still having fun, because one day it's gonna make money and you're still having fun.
You're still having fun.
Like where this interview right here may, you know, pay the bills for the month or something one day. You know what I mean? Like that's the goal, and then we'll be able to shine a light on the person sitting across the table to where you know, these 50,000 to 100,000 people that got inspired to be like, oh shit, I want to book him for my next concert after that story. And all of a sudden, you know, you got 30 new clients. Now you got to double your price. It's like, I'm glad. So like that's like the super long-term goal for like a platform like us. And I think every other podcaster's dream is, you know, to be able to make the money off the content and be able to put on their guests, you know, to be able to come in and you can eat off of what you know, you come on here, give me good content, all our fans will go over there and fuck with you. Like that's kind of it's like a weird balance, but as long as you're having fun doing it and you are being able to pay your bills and you're not, you know, bumming out, unless you can, you know, stay at your parents' house or sleep in your friend's couch and you're fun with that. Like, as long as you can do that, then you're good to go. But as long as you're not making a negative impact on your life just to showboat for the social media, then you're good to go.
You're good. And I be like, I was just about to touch on, like, you guys' interviews is like, I've tuned into a couple of them and I feel like asking the right questions and, you know, having that right style of interview is beneficial to the person getting interviewed too. So it's like, I already knew, like, when I asked her and reached out and you guys confirmed, I was like, yeah, bro, like that's gonna be, because I know that you guys are gonna genuinely ask.
And I always want my interviews to like be like longevity. I hate, like, if I know I could do an interview with someone like multiple times, let's say, you know, we'll get like 3, if I got like 3 or 4 in with someone in a year or something like that, then I would maybe not, like, the questions would be a little different. Like, I don't like to necessarily be like, oh, you know, I seen you have an issue with that guy, or I seen this and that, but it's like, how do you make this content be lasting forever? You know, like to where like some people are going to watch this interview the day it drops, someone's going to watch this interview 3 years later. So it's like, and like, how do I make that the content be appealing good 3 years later? And we weren't only talking about like now's day, today's topics or
I
shit
want to
that
come back to this interview and be like, damn, I said I was gonna do that. And I did it.
Yeah. And one of the last questions I have for you is, what is your end goal with Bucks Productions? I seen like in your bio, it's like you're videographer for Bucks Productions, right?
It does.
Of Bucks Productions, so it's deeper than just you as the end goal, at least, right?
Yeah. That's kind of what I be telling myself, and wow, bro, that's actually really dope that you caught on to that. Yeah, that's something I do tell myself, is that I don't think it's just gonna be me in the end. I think it's gonna just be a team of people. Right now it is just me, but I feel like at the end of the day it's gonna be a group or a team of people, and it's not just gonna be videography and photography. It's gonna be I have dreams to do all types of shit, like gaming, like a gaming team. I want to do everything.
Just a full-on
production. Like I want to do anything in front of a camera, anything to where I'm holding a camera. I want to do it, and I want to do it with a bunch of people that I love and a bunch of people that I fuck with heavy. I want to do it with a bunch of my friends, and like I'm encouraging. Like I got friends that stream. Like right now, like shout out to my homie Vonnie TV. He does 2K streaming heavy right now. Like in the future, those are one of the people that I want to put on the map when it comes to like this. And then even Mac does the 2K streaming too. So it's like outside of him making music, I want him to be able to be like, I don't feel like making music today. I want him to be able to make money off of playing 2K because he's good at it. The nigga's raw as hell at it. Him and another person like Vonnie. Him and Vonnie are one of the two coldest 2K players. I feel like if y'all play them in 2K, I'll put $1,000 on each of their games. Like no one's beating them in Minnesota in 2K. So it's like they need to make money off that. I want to see them make money, and I see how many people make money off of just small little clips, little content that they post on TikTok. Like, and I'm like, bro, they could do that. They do the shit in the game to where it could benefit that. My homie Vontae, Stefan, they play Call of Duty and Apex. Like they can make money off that shit. I believe that they can excel in that. So I want to help. In the future, I want to be able to help my friends like that get into lanes to where they don't got to work 9 to 5s no more, and they can just fucking sit at home and play the game and live their life, raise their kids, have a good time type shit, travel the world, go see the world, because 9 to 5 is getting played the fuck out, bro. I see too many of my friends and my homies and family members struggling, working 9 to 5s, living check to check, and I struggle, but at least I'll be having fun when I'm struggling. It sounds like motherfuckers be miserable when they're struggling, and the only peace they get is when they get home.
Working the same job.
I don't like seeing that for my people.
Yeah, because it's always like there's definitely like a time and place where like everybody needs to do something to make money while pushing a dream that's not paying the bills. Facts. Like even here, like how we just said earlier, like this podcast doesn't pay no bills for us. It might get one check throughout the year to be able to buy new microphones or something. Facts. But that's like opening up this store like became our 9 to 5 now. It's like it's been today actually. The day we're recording this is our 2-year anniversary since we opened the store.
I meant to say that. Damn. And I see the hoodies that y'all dropped too. Happy 2-year anniversary.
We opened this store 2 years ago today, and it's like this turned into our 9 to 5, and it's like at this point I'm burnt out. Like Facts. I'm like I don't want, I love like being able to be in my own store and just talking shit with my friends and buying, selling, trading clothes for a living, but it's like 2 years of the same thing 4 to 7 days a week can burn you out, even when it's something fun like this. So Facts. It's like. And like this isn't our, and we don't want to. This isn't our end goal of working in a sneaker store until we're 40 or 50 years old. But it's like it's a step along the way. So like, obviously, like I'm blessed to be able to do this and make some money. But I'm not living like lavishly by any means. Like Facts. Bills are being paid, inventory is being put back on the shelf. Bills are being paid, inventory is being put back on the shelf.
Until that interview come.
Yeah. Might take 1 or 2 shoes off the wall and put them on my feet for a couple nights. To look good. But, it ain't as cool as it look when you got, because it's just as cool as it looks is as expensive as it looks. So Facts. It's like it costs a lot of money to do
blowing shit. Though, bro. I see it happening not too long. Like I don't think Minnesota. I think everyone who's been working hard in Minnesota is gonna reap the benefits in the next couple years.
It's like we just gotta we work really hard, but it's like I can work harder. It's like the Facts. Balance of like, man, I want to take a day off, but I shouldn't. Yeah, but it's like I want to. I haven't taken one off in a long time. I should, but it's like I shouldn't.
You don't know, that day you take a day off might be the day somebody walks through the store that.
Bro, I swear, like last time I have like the day off on Thursdays or whatever, and like I think it was either Thursday or Friday when I had a day off, and I was just laying in bed all day watching shows. I'm like, I need a mental day to not do nothing. Right. And then I'm like, oh fuck, this is the day that NLE Choppa was in town, and like I knew Southside Chief was the one like putting it together, like live on Lake Street. And I was like, I definitely could have been there, like doing a vlog, something. And asked him a couple questions for the gram, you know, would have went viral, whatever. And I was like, damn, like the day I'm like, I'm just gonna like not even like I'm gonna stay home, play video games, and just relax and drink. Like I think I was maybe like had a little cough or something or like a little sore throat, and I was just like, I'm gonna just stay home, drink some tea, just relax, and then feel better by the end of the day, which I did. I needed it. My body felt amazing by the end of the day.
Bro,
just from working too hard.
We did the same
working too hard, doing too many podcasts, and not drinking enough water will get you all fucked up. But
I did that, and then I did that again recently, which is bad. I should not be doing it 2 times in a row, but I did that with the NLE Choppa thing, and then I just did that again with Rod Wave was just here, and I know Dolo, shout out to Dolo, Get It Poppin'. I know Dolo was hosting that, and I had sent him a text message the night before, like, yo, bro, you know I got the best photos in the city. Like, you need to call me when you have these big artists come. Like, when these big artists come into the city, I need to be there. I sent him that text message, and then Rod Wave comes in, and I don't hit him up. So it's like, yeah, bro, I just did that 2 times in a row. I have to stop doing that. That's bad. That's a bad on my end on the business side, bro. But be needing those mental days. I can't say that I would have given it up
every time
because I had to go to that crock party afterwards, and I wouldn't have been myself at that crock party if I had worked those 2 days. So I might have not made it to the crock party. I needed to be at the crock party. So it all works out in the end, but at the same time, you miss out opportunities, bro. Opportunities can be missed.
I swear, it just flies over here. Like I knew it was happening for so long too, and it just flew over my head.
I didn't even know it was happening. I seen the NLE Choppa thing. I just seen it, and I was like, "What is that nigga at Studio 4? What the fuck is going on?"
A reading challenge.
Yeah, because he's been doing this shit with the All School. I didn't know that was like everywhere though. I thought that was only in his like hometown where he was doing the have kids read like a certain amount of books. I thought that was only in his hometown. That's dope as hell that he's doing that everywhere. Yeah, that's fire.
One last thing we want to end the podcast on is what's like some advice you give to a young entrepreneur, cameraman, videographer, whatever it may be.
God, I had this in my back pocket before I got here. I'm like brain dead. Okay.
I feel like you probably already dropped it.
A nice little gem or two, but I got one more.
It's almost done with the water.
Oh, I've been drinking slow, really sipping the water, bro. Okay. But my gem, just stay level-headed, bro. Like you know, just stay composed and stay humble. When you get into those rooms, be a fly on the wall. I feel like what I've learned from being a photographer and a videographer, and I've succeeded the most when I just been a fly on the wall and did my job and kept my head down and let my work speak for itself. I've never had to vouch for my work. I've never had to put my work in anyone's face. They've always came looking for it, and I feel like as a cameraman, that's how our job's supposed to go. We're just supposed to kind of sit behind and let everything unfold and capture those moments, and then get home, edit those moments, and send those moments to the artist. So when they see him, they're like, bro, he captured that moment for me. Like, yeah, that's why I love the job so much. So to any other videographers and photographers out there, if you're just getting started or you've been doing this for a long time and you're getting tired, man, you got it, bro. Just keep working, keep going. Shit can change tomorrow. Shit can change in the next couple hours. You can get an email, a text message in the next couple seconds saying, we really love your work and we got $5,000 for you to come to this state for 5 weeks and do your work. Like, the shit can change at any moment, at any time. And mine changed the moment the Riff took a chance on me and put Ant Bucks into Plaza and De Niro and Paul and Ace's ear, and that changed my life for the rest of my life. And that happened in a matter of a couple of hours. So
a camera can really change
someone's life.
A camera can
change your fucking life.
That's how I started with Waterwave. I shot music videos and I shot concert recaps and vlogs. Like,
facts.
Now I rarely pick the camera up unless it's like unless I'm getting into a concert and I can get myself a media pass. I may bring like one of these that you're seeing that we're shooting the podcast on just for the YouTube sake. But a camera can get you through a lot of doors that you wouldn't be able to get in without a camera, even just on a daily basis. But it'll also, give you a lot of connections. Everybody takes pictures. Everybody
wants pictures. Everybody wants video too. So it's like, yeah, bro. If you're doing this, just keep your head high, and just keep working, bro. It's gonna pay off. It always pays off. Hard work always pays off at the end of the day. So if you're working hard it's gonna come back around.
When you start getting overbooked, double your price.
Facts.
So then
I was always
so then when half the clients drop, you're making the same amount of money for half the amount of work.
Yep.
And then before you know it, the clients will come back or new ones will come in, and that'll be your
you're living off of music videos and photography, my brother.
And I really wanted to be like the next Cole Bennett when I first started, and then I realized how much work that was, and I was like, holy shit!
If you go
a lot, like to learn all that shit.
I know that you're just now getting tuned in, so now when you go down my YouTube, if you go to my YouTube channel, I want you to go watch like my first couple, like all my first few videos that are like 5 years ago. Bro, Cole Bennett was my idol when I first started shooting music videos. Like, that's literally who I wanted to be. Like, I'm like, I want to shoot music videos that look like that. And I got like, started getting kind of down on myself because I'm like, okay, my quality's never where Cole Bennett's quality is. My effects, they kind of there. Like, the effects I'm doing is but the quality's never there. So I kind of like dialed back, started working on more quality than effects, and then just slowly started falling in love with other videographers' work. Like, damn, this nigga's quality is way better than Cole shit, and his effects are way cleaner and they make sense. And then I started getting into like the actual dialogue of music videos and everything, and started breaking it down. I still love Cole Bennett. It's just like I definitely see like there is a large pool of videographers and photographers that do different things in very different ways. And I like Gibson Hazard. I like, bro, Robert Henry's fucking crazy. He's insane, bro.
He took some photos for our drop. Shout out Robert.
Yeah, Robert Henry's crazy. Henry's another crazy one, bro. Like his work is amazing. I can give shout outs real quick. Let's do that. Let's do Robert Henry. I love his work. Henry, I love his work. On the work ethic side, bro, I always see Ill Visions doing shit. What is this? Nothing. I always see Ill Visions doing shit. Jackson Bates, gotta shout out my boy Jackson Bates. He was just on the last tour with us, but that shit was crazy. He's fun as hell. We got photographers. Adam DeGrosse. That's who inspired me to jump into the photography scene in the first place. I was taking photos through my whole like videography career, but when I seen that there was a photographer from Minnesota that works with Post Malone, that nobody, like, you go around and you say Adam DeGrosse and people are like, who? And this is like Post Malone's right hand man type deal. So, and then to see him reach back out to Minnesota, like Robert, one time I was in Salt Lake City and I linked up with Robert while he was out there in the hotel, and he was like, yeah, I'm out here doing some shit for Post if you want to link up and shit. He linked with me, like showed me some Post Malone work, and was like, yeah, kind of told me his story about how Adam reached out, got him out there, linked him up with Post, and it was just like seeing Minnesota reach out to another Minnesota person, and it gave me hope, like, wow, like, yeah, and I can see Robert's that type of person that if I keep working and he needs me in the future, he'll reach out and give me an opportunity. So Robert's always been dope. Matt Wales is like one of my close homies. Daddy Fat Chops, another one of my close homies on the videography side. Like, I love all those dudes, brother. So Anthony Brown, bro. Names bro, we have so much talent
throughout the years
bro.
of Waterway. It's like I remember meeting like every single one at a time at like a certain event, and it's like now that you're listing off all of them, it's like, damn, there's so many.
There's so many,
and there's still so many more too.
And
that
they're like new ones that are coming up.
New
I'm gonna shout some new ones. Give me, no, I can't do that. Bando Films. I'm just gonna start naming hood videographers that I see their work all the time. Like, and I just see it come across, like whether it's my Facebook or whatever the case may be. I be seeing Bando Films a lot. I've been seeing. I mean, now I gotta just name off the GOATs. I'm starting to see less in Minnesota Cole, but I know he's still out there working heavy. I've been missing Dog Food. I miss Dog Food.
That was the first
so
music
much,
video
bro.
I was ever in.
I miss Dog Food so much. He traveling, bro. I'm pretty sure he's just living.
Yeah.
He just gave this
I haven't talked to him in
aesthetic
a long
to
time.
Minnesota, bro. It just like I miss it a lot. He made me work 10 times harder. When I used to see him drop,
like
I used
everybody
to be like,
wanted
I have to
like
drop. Yeah.
Or like getting a dog food video was like a Minnesota milestone.
Oh
like obviously God. Like just probably not anybody, but if you just got to do it, you got to pay him to do it. But like,
Facts.
But like it's just like getting a Minnesota Cold one, getting a dog food one. It's like just random milestones.
Those
or even
like
Nate P used to hold
Nate
shit
P,
down back in the day
Nate
too.
P was when he shot Figueroa. That's when I first got onto Nate P.
Him and Lorado were a good combination. Chancellor
amazing
were a good
combination, bro. I love seeing their shit. And then I loved when Nate P would work with Robert when they did that shit for Rico Nasty. That shit was amazing. I love that shit too. Yeah, that shit was too fire. Damn, I feel like I'm missing videographers. I can't pull up my phone because that's so unorganic. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I listed off a bunch of GOATs in there. So I don't think I'm missing anybody.
Adam DeGrasse was one of the first guys I met.
That was the first person that I didn't never met Adam, but that was the first person I heard about when it was really, like, who's the best photographer in Minnesota? Yeah. Oh my God, Will Harris. I'm so sorry, Will Harris. I wanted to give a shout out to Will Harris because I finally met Will Harris, and I know he doesn't do too much of like the music video like type deal anymore. He's more, but I'm a big fan of UFC, and I did not know Will Harris. I watched an Anatomy of a Fighter, and it's like this production thing that Will Harris does for each fighter. He's done it for like Khabib and all these fighters, and I did not know, watching Anatomy of a Fighter, I didn't know that Will Harris was from Minnesota. I didn't know he knew PROF. I didn't know he knew Mac Irv, and I went to a Mac Irv show, and I seen him talking to Mac Irv, and I was like, yo, he looks familiar as hell. And I asked him, I was like, yo, sir, what's your name? He's like, I'm Will Harris. I was like the UFC Will Harris? Like, this is the Will Harris that talks to Joe Rogan? Real Will Harris? He's like, yeah, bro. Like, my jaw dropped, bro. Like, yeah, like, Will Harris is a fucking legend. I don't know how people don't bring his name up when they talk about videographers that are from Minnesota, but Will Harris is a fucking legend. Especially that transition into, like, doing the music stuff and then transition. Like, he was doing mainly music videos for, like, Mr. Organic, Mac Irv, and people like that, and then transitioned into, like, sports videography. And I feel like that was inspirational because I've never seen. I want to do that, and I've never seen anyone do it. He was the first person I saw do it. So, yeah, he was big shout out to Will Harris.
I'm not sure if I ever met him.
Hey, big shout out to Will Harris. That dude is a legend, bro. That dude is a legend, for sure.
Facts. But, funny Adam DeGrasse story before we get out of here. I took a film class in my last semester at River Falls. I dropped out my third semester. So my first semester for sophomore year, I took a film class. I was like, I know I'm probably finna drop out. Let me just take some shit that I want that will help you. So, I learned, like, how to direct a show or direct a movie versus, like, just, point and shoot and just go or whatever, like, learning how the steps along the way. But I told my professor, I was like, hey, I'm doing this water wave thing. Like, this is kind of the main reason why I'm learning. Just a couple extra things before I leave. And he's like, one of my buddies, like, one of my best friends shoots for, like, a famous artist. I forget his name. He has a bunch of face tats. And I just kept naming off rappers. And he's like, no, Post Malone. I was like, Post Malone? No. And he's like, yeah, his name's Adam DeGrasse. And I looked him up. I was like, damn, this dude's up. So I DM him. This is like 2019, first 6 months of Water Wave. Like, you don't reply, nothing. I go to this Bobby Raps show with Alan Kingdom. It's actually one of the first times I met Jackson before he even picked up a camera. This was like 3-4 years ago. He was at a Bobby Raps and Alan Kingdom show because he's a huge Bobby Raps fan. And I seen him. I was like, I think that's bro. And I go and talk to him. I was like, oh, you know this guy? Whatever my professor's name was. Like, yeah, I know him. I was like, oh, he told me to reach out to you. Like, he put in a good word for you and whatever. He gave me, like, his email to, like, email him about, like, I said we should do an interview. At that time, we didn't have no interview podcast set up. But I was like, we figured out some way it would be cool. But I met him then, and I was like, damn, like, this is, like, the top of the game. I got to meet him super early, but obviously it hasn't really amounted to too much yet. But
then do you fast forward and think, like, damn, he's from here. Like, now you're locked in with so many people who know who he is. Like,
yeah, it's just
probably
small world, basically. Like,
come back around and he's probably going to give you another interview, no cap.
Yeah,
I see you guys doing another one.
Hell yeah. But I think that might be it for us.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you coming in. Go follow him on the gram. You got that popped up on the screen right now.
Yes, sir.
Bucks Productions. Tap in with us on the bottom left of your screen at Waterwave TV. Tap in with Jackson Bates. It's
Let me finish the water for him.
It's Jackson Bates. He gonna finish the water on the way out of here. Come shop with us at 1521 Como Avenue Southeast, Minneapolis, Minnesota. We just dropped some new hoodies, rhinestone hoodies. Waterwave on the front, rhinestone on the back. Available on waterwavetv.com or in store at the address I just said.
Pause.
He sucked the bottle dry. Water's gone.
Pause.
And yeah, like, subscribe, tell your friends about us. Just because, why not, man? We're out here doing some fun shit. So just tell your peoples about us. And if you want to get on the show, email us.
Yes, sure.
Comment below. Like, if you've never seen one of my podcasts, you can't be on the show. So you got comment below your favorite podcast, and then you'll be on the show. There you go. All right, that's it.